Hello and welcome to Freedom March. I'm Levin Miller. Thank you so much for joining me. Whether you're listening to me on channel 224 or 112 or on 103.5 The Beat FM or on ILTV Studios. I see we even got the YouTube link up and running. But wherever you have decided to watch, we want to say thank you so much for watching us here on Freedom March. I'm joined in studio by Bradley Roll, the spiritual advisor, who is here with me. Hello, Bradley. Welcome to Freedom March.
Thanks so much. Good to be here, Levan.
Rainy on the outside, eh?
Yeah.
Can I send a piece of advice to all those people on the outside? Listen, y'all ain't got nowhere to go, all right? Come out of Philip Davis Road, all right? It shouldn't take me an hour and 10 minutes to get to the studio. It is water. It is water falling from the sky. It's not fire. It won't kill you. You could just drive your vehicle ordinarily as you would on any other day. You all people who just break down on the side of the road and just open up the hood, what you looking under the hood for, lover? You is a cake baker. If your car break down in the middle of the road, just push it out the road. There's no need to be under this hood. What you looking for? You have never fixed a single mechanical thing in your entire life. What would you be looking for of any value under that hood other than to be trying to raise my pressure in this raining weather? So, if your car breaking down in the middle of the road, push it. If you don't have nowhere to go in this rain, stay home. Y'all bunch of women, just press the gas pedal. It's water. You won't die. It'll wet the car, and believe it or not, you won't even feel it. There is no need to have the quagmire that I see happening on the outside of the studio happening because of a 1 hour pocket of rain. I mean, my goodness. Y'all don't know a world war happening, eh? Y'all don't know that there was a ceasefire that didn't play itself out correctly happening in the world. And I must tolerate y'all lifting up in the middle of the road like I don't have to come here and do this? I want y'all to stop that. I want them to write it in law that if you are a big grown man and you as a big grown man are sitting in a car with another big grown man, and for any reason that car stops operating and you all two big grown man don't push that car out of the way, y'all are breaking the law. Hello. Thank you for staying with us through the break. I'm Levan Miller. Welcome back to Freedom March. Bradley Rule, the spiritual advisor, is in studio with me. And in case you didn't catch the first part of the show, stop lifting up your hood in the middle of the road. You ain't no mechanic. Close the hood. Come out the road. You and this big, strong man that you sitting down in this car with, I don't know, he must be your cousin. You and your cousin push this car out of the road, man. All right? Commissioner, I want you to give charge to your police officers that when they see traffic back up, and the reason for the traffic being back up is because two big, strong men sitting down in a car doing foolishness with the hood open, I want you to get them a ticket. Because this isn't no garage. You take your car out of the garage and open up the hood. What you opening up the hood in this car for? You all two get your strong self out this vehicle and stop this vehicle from being an obstruction to the public thoroughfare. That's what I want to say. All right? Good. Now let's see what Holy Scripture has.
Yeah, but that's what happens when you don't properly plan roadways. You see, so if roadways are planned properly, there's always, well, supposed to be a shoulder where you can actually push vehicles that are disabled to the side.
And you know something? You are probably correct, but I'll tell you what. Even when the roadways aren't planned properly, guess what? You still have a shoulder. See them here? Take these and push the car them out the way. But it ain't no way too strong, man. They look like they ready for war. These two big, strong, wholesome man in this car, one of them looking up on the boy, I could look at you and see you don't even know the difference between a flathead screwdriver and a butter knife. What you looking under this hood for? What underneath there? You don't know. Your mommy keep you inside till you was 19. You think you know what under a hood? Push this car out the way. People have things to go do. You and your cousin, you all two could hold hands and figure out what you looking for in this hood when it's all over.
We do have a lot of DIY people around, so I mean, people can fix it themselves.
On the side of the road. You know what y'all could also do? Y'all could also
Mr. Do-it-yourself.
push the car out the road.
Indeed.
Yeah. And so, no, y'all no more of that, all right? Good. What is
All
Holy
right,
Scripture
yeah,
have
we're gonna focus on two scriptures there. And listen, I am convinced, and I basically know for a while, that eating healthy is very important. Doctors recommend it, just with every nutritionist, those who like the healthy foods and the diets and so on and so forth, they recommend. Because, it is proven that people who eat healthy at times do live longer. If you treat your body right, your body would treat you right. I do believe that. We have a clock wound upon us. We have a clock wound upon us, so we are three score and 10. That's what we promise. And if you eat right and you have good health, you can go to 80. But when we look at the scriptures, when God created man, man apparently may have seemed to have been a vegetarian. All right, that's what it seemed. It looks like that. Man was a vegetarian. And then when God decided he's going to remove wicked people on the earth, as we look at the story of Noah, and after the flood, we see where God decided he's going to change man's diet. So we're going to look at those two scriptures today. And then after that, we're going to see when the Israelites were enslaved in Egypt and they came out of Egypt, that God somewhat restricted the diet again. And then when Jesus came on the scene, we're going to see where Jesus now basically changes the whole diet, and there was no restriction. So let's look at these two passages first, and I understand that. I'm listening to a very interesting program today about eating right, eating healthy. It's good. And I think the question was asked whether or not man originally was a vegetarian. And there is strong indication, based on scriptural reference, that when God created man, that his diet was strictly grain, herbs, fruits, seeds, vegetables. He was a vegetarian. It says, and then God said, I give you every seed-bearing plant on the face of the whole earth, and every tree that has fruit with seed in it. They will be yours for food. What does verse number 30 say, Delusa? You want to get that one? If you don't have 30, this could work. Well, okay. And to all the beasts of the earth, and all the birds in the sky, and all the creatures that move along the ground, everything that has the breath of life in it, I give every green plant for food. And it was so. So obviously, it does seem as if when God created man, his original diet, he was a vegetarian, to say the least. Well, it looks that way, and it is that way. All right? And so then, after the flood, it does seem as if God changed man's diet. And this is found in Genesis chapter 9, verse 1 and 3. And I'll end with these two passages today. It says, and then God blessed Noah and his sons, saying to them, be fruitful and increase in number and fill the earth. The fear and dread of you will fall on all the beasts of the earth and all the birds in the sky, on every creature that moves along the ground, and on all the fish in the sea. They are given into your hands. Everything that lives and moves about will be food for you. Just as I gave you the grain plants, remember that in the beginning? I now give you everything. So man basically had an unrestricted diet. After the flood, God then allowed Noah to eat meat. All right, he says, just as I gave you the grain plants, I now give you everything. So yeah, you're gonna go through this, eating healthy. There are some benefits to it. But we're going to start looking at some other passages tomorrow, because what we want to do is to find out whether or not Christians are restricted from eating certain foods, or if you have to be a vegetarian, or if you can't eat this, or if you can't eat that. We're going to look at that tomorrow. But I just thought I'd leave those two passages in the air today. Thank you so much, producer. The word of God is always blessed.
Thank you very much, spiritual advisor.
Indeed.
And so, today, have we found the picture of the dame as yet? So today happens to be the 93rd birthday of Dame Marguerite Pendling. And I know that we have a little birthday segment on the show, but I thought it necessary to not wait until the birthday segment.
That's fine.
Why? Because I think Dame Marguerite Pendling, throughout the course of her life, has been so elegant, so eloquent, just such a wonderful, a tour de force, if you will, in some circles. Someone that has done that thing that is indescribable or is intangible, but it is something that is irrefutable. She has simply been Marguerite. And that has translated enormously over the past 60 years of her stay throughout public life, right? The wife of the country's first prime minister, former governor general, and quite arguably, if you ask my opinion, I think that if they somehow made Marguerite Pendling the national symbol, or like the country's mascot, no one would refute that. She is the beacon of excellence by all human metric units. She is a fantastic person, firmly in her mind at 93 years old. She seems to be aging like silk thread, because as the time ticks on, she somehow gets more splendid. She is fantastic. She's incomparable. She is inimitable. Marguerite Pendling, Dame, Governor General, former of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. And so, Your Excellency, I want to personally wish you a happy birthday from us here at Freedom March. And I'm going to petition the king, you know. And I'm going to tell the king I want him to make Dame Marguerite Pendling a national symbol. And we should also agitate for him to add her name in the dictionary as an adjective. Because when I was a young boy, I remember my Grammy used to tell my cousins, "Who do you think is Marguerite Pendling?" And it just fits so well. Yeah, when my cousins would dress up, you know, Sunday they'd put on the little pearls. Boy, you look good. It's Marguerite Pendling. And it is something about when a human lives a life in such a way that people use just the normalcy of that person's life to describe a thing, right? You know, like how we got a bunch of Brian Rosses running around here. You know who Brian Ross them is?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, we got one bunch of Brian Ross running around here, right? Think about this. Throughout the time, Marguerite Pendling has remained timeless. She's almost like a rustic painting hanging in an abbey. And no matter how it ages,
Still look good.
there is always new splendor to be found about it. It is fantastic, Marguerite Pendling. And so, Your Excellency,
Happy birthday to you.
happy birthday to you. And if it pleases you, I shall petition the king and I shall have him know that we here in the Bahamas all agree that you should be a national symbol.
So what's the adjective you're going to use to describe her?
She is quite Marguerite Pendling. It's kind of like John Bull. Like, you know, John Bull isn't a person. Right?
Is that
It is like a jargon.
Oh, okay.
It's like saying someone is GQ, right? You look rather John Bull, don't you? It is an appearance. Yeah? You associate it as a symbol of status. You look very John Bull today.
Get it from John Bull.
Yeah.
I bought this from John Bull.
Right.
So.
And so, I think we could do the same thing for Marguerite Pendling. I think it'll work perfectly. I think she is the quintessential replication of human excellence. If there was ever human beings that could live without flaw, I am sure she's probably the closest thing to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah. And so that's what I want to say. So, Your Excellency, happy birthday. I'm such a fan. From a distance, but nonetheless, a fan. I'm a fan of Janet Jackson. I don't even know what her shoe size is, but I am a fan. And so I could be a fan of Marguerite Pendling as well, eh?
Indeed.
Yeah. You want to say?
We all are. We all are.
Fantastic.
Definitely.
And so there you have it. And so I see in and around Nassau happening, and in and around the Bahamas actually happening, there is a buzz about the drafting of young VJ Edgecombe, who today I actually went and Googled his name. It's Valdez, right? Because I was trying to figure out, you think they named the boy VJ? No, it's not VJ. He actually has a real name. And Bimini is ecstatic about his accomplishment. He has reinvigorated an island. The entire island stood still last evening as his name was called, and then fanfare broke all along the roadways of Bimini as people got into their little golf carts with horns and pom-poms and those sorts of things in tow, and they celebrated their champion, VJ Edgecombe, an alumni of the Gateway Christian Academy. I saw that his principal, former, attended his drafting last evening. His mother was there. His brother, who he credits for having his outfit and the symbolism attached to it.
Inside the jacket?
Yeah.
What were those photos?
It was photos of family and community.
Okay.
Which is what matters to him, he says. And
Okay.
he says he didn't even know what he would be wearing. But his brother told him he can get the fit tight, and so said, so done. And he turned out, again, yesterday, quite immaculately dressed and very, very well polished in his verbiage. Something that stood out to me, someone that seemed steeped in his faith. And even throughout the trying times of his life, which he has alluded to on several occasions, it appears as though he never lost sight of his dream because he never lost sight of his God. And I thought that was such a wonderful thing. And so take us to some of the fanfare that happened in Bimini. This is what was happening in Bimini yesterday. You know, they don't have no bunch of car over there.
Golf carts?
Yeah, so the people go out in the golf car. And so believe it or not, it is very difficult to get in a traffic jam in Bimini. It is. But believe it or not, they had traffic jam in Bimini.
Celebrating.
All for one cause. And that cause is VJ Edgecombe. And then, of course, there was congratulatory remarks by persons from all about. But one that stood out to me was the one from the Deputy Prime Minister, Chester Cooper, who loaned his remarks. We're going to hear them here shortly. But, you know, and everybody's so ecstatic. I see Buddy Hield is sending his regards, and the Minister of Sport sent his regards, etc., etc. But the reason why the Minister of Tourism's congratulations stood out to me is because I wonder what this now does to the product.
Tourism product.
Yeah, we've got Buddy and John Coyle in Grand Bahama, VJ and Bimini. If we could get an Abacunian, the North look good. If we could get an Abacunian, who knows, we could start a regional sports tourist kind of, you follow me?
Tourism.
Yeah, and so because I know Chester Cooper has the kind of mind that he has, you know, his name is Chester Cooper. And he ain't just come around, he been around a little while talking about smart things. And so when I see smart people, and I see opportunities like this arise, I wonder what happens in the minds of smart people. And so here's the Deputy Prime Minister's remarks about
Not ready yet.
VJ and his accomplishment. I think they were phenomenal. I think VJ was phenomenal.
What was his pick? What he came up with?
Third.
Oh, wow.
Which I understand is the highest in Baylor history. Which is interesting because wow. Kamalo Anthony went to Baylor. Okay. And Carmelo Anthony was, you know, posted to be one of the greats of the NBA. And if I'm not mistaken, he's a Hall of Famer. I think he's a Hall of Famer now. Right?
Yeah.
But VJ has come out.
I think Carmelo Anthony may be one of the 50 greatest players.
Right. But I'm saying to you now that if we consider the draft lineup, if what I understood yesterday, VJ in Baylor history has come out with the highest draft pick that they've ever had.
Okay.
So Bahamians are doing.
So he's good.
This boy ain't good. This boy is great.
What's his position? What does he play? Forward?
I think he's a god.
He's a god.
He's a god. He's a god? Is he a god? Oh. Hello, thank you for staying with us through the break. I'm Levan Miller. Welcome back to Freedom March. Thank you for tuning in on 103.5 The Beat FM. Bradley Roll is still here with me in studio. And of course, we're talking about the things that are happening in and around Nassau, and of course, by extension, the entire Bahamas. And I don't care where you live. Right now, VJ is the big ticket, right? So his actual full passport name is Valdez Drexel Edgecombe Jr. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But he was drafted last night as VJ Edgecombe. And, you know, I know one other guy, his name is A.L. Al. And I say, well, I want the VJ name VJ, like how Al name Al. And I couldn't figure it out. So I had to go and I ChatGPT it, and ChatGPT just gives me all the answers. And that's where I was able to get the answer from. All right? So the Deputy Prime Minister had these congratulatory remarks for VJ, and I thought they were interesting because, I like the way the mind of people like Chester Cooper works. And so he's beginning immediately to see opportunity. And I thought that was interesting, his statement regarding VJ's draft and how he was able to tie that between the state of Philadelphia and its linkage to the Bahamas and what that could translate into being. So here's the Deputy Prime Minister in his comments.
It's a proud moment for the Bahamas. And of course, I'm a proud Bahamian. I congratulate VJ. The people of Bimini should be very proud as well. He is a homeboy. He transferred to the U.S. And I think, you know, he is now carrying that 242 flag all the way. So I'm excited about it. It's a great opportunity for the Bahamas. We've done extremely well over the years in international sport. We're small, but we're mighty. And I think VJ now is carrying that message to the world that the Bahamas is not to be denied. Of course, you know, Philly has long been a Bahamian favorite. Those of us who are old enough to remember Dr. J remembers the Philadelphia 76ers as one of the Bahamian favorite teams. So no doubt many of their fans will come back and support VJ. It's a great time for Bahamas. It's an exciting opportunity really to showcase the island of the Bahamas, and I look forward to congratulating him personally.
And so that's the Deputy Prime Minister, again, extending his regards to VJ Edgecombe. We have some footage of VJ as well, some of his college play, because, you know, Bradley Roll have no clue how good the boy could play. I don't know where Bradley lived. We have the footage of VJ playing at Baylor. He played at Baylor, and then I think they have some of him with the national basketball team. And then who else did he play with for a short? But he did ball at Gateway, and then he did ball at wherever he went in America for high school, and then he did Baylor University, and of course, you know, he he got suited for the Bahamas national team.
Okay.
So he's been at it. He's been at it. At some point, we'll find that clip. But I see the Commissioner of Police is in the news talking about the fires.
And equipment.
Yeah, but I also see the Commissioner saying things like, we can't get the assets to the fire. And I hear that. The question becomes, what will be the plan from today on? Are we going to create new inroads and new pathways through that area in order to ensure that in the future we're able to have clear aisleways that will take us in the back there? That's thing number one. Thing number two that I'm asking is, have we considered a new approach? Like in an island where the rock is porous and the water table is high, why can't we just create water wells with tops on them that we could screw a pump to and fight a fire with?
Oh.
And do it, I don't know, 1 every 2 miles, 1 every 4 miles, whatever the mathematics is you all need. And at least we would have access to water that is unending, and it would be a simple matter of using portable equipment that you could just take to the fire. It doesn't have to be a whole fire truck. And at the very least, we could leave the water running. That would flood the ground. Who knows? We could even use it for a cooling period when the weather gets very hot. I'm just saying, we cannot continue to say that we are being outmaneuvered. That's just not a good look. I don't like the way that sounds. I think it also strengthens the point that I've made here on this show several times, that I just don't think this is something that the Commissioner of Police should be concerned about. I see the Commissioner saying that she's requested about $12 million worth of equipment.
Yeah, to get some.
I think if this was some other person's problem,
trucks and.
I don't think $12 million is enough. But let's hear what the Commissioner of Police had to say with
where
regards
it's
to her.
burning, our vehicles can't get to it as access the fire as easily as they would want to. We have gotten the assistance from community partners in obtaining heavy equipment so that we can form fire breaks. And that has helped us to prevent the fire from getting to homes in that area. And they are still on the scene trying to extinguish that fire.
And so, like I said, I think the Commissioner of Police is definitely giving this her full might. But I think that there are just certain parameters that will continue to exist as long as we try to make the job of fire and safety the job of the person that fights crime. Because why doesn't the Commissioner have D8s at her beck and call? Why does the Commissioner not have, what do you call it, the tree pulling thing? Why does she not have those? All of our islands have two types of vegetation. Do you know what they are?
We got the pine forest.
And?
What else we got?
Just basic geography. And the coppice forest.
Okay.
Right? And you know the difference between them?
It could be the density, eh?
One is pine, density is, you could say that. One is pine and one is shrub. They're the only two types that exist. Mm-hmm. Literally, we could just figure out a way to manage it.
Yeah.
And not wait till things burn down.
It's difficult though.
I imagine if you give it to the same person who trying to stop people from getting killed in the parking lot in the middle of the day on a Sunday. If that person's job is also to watch fires, it's difficult. But a commissioner of fires would have in his arsenal 2 D8s, 3 D8s. He might even have a landing craft.
Yeah.
A commissioner of police simply won't order that in her budget because that will cut into cars and guns and boots and soldiers. You follow where I'm going with this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and plus, I may want to be a dreadhead as a fireman. I may not want to shave my beard as a fireman. And I could tell you the commissioner of police loves a well-shaved police officer. So certainly, if I is an Ayabengi and I ain't cutting my beard, I can't be a fireman. You see how sometimes you have to create something new so that you could get more people in the fight? Because you don't want to tarnish the institution, but you also don't want to cut people out of the fight. You want as many hands as possible. Yeah. And so that's where I am. But since I am talking about the Commissioner of Police, Spiritual Advisor, something has popped out at me. And hopefully when I open the lines, you all can help me with it. Right? 2 Sundays ago, Father's Day, a police reserve officer was killed in broad daylight. I don't even know why we say broad daylight, late daylight to be narrow. I don't even know what that means, broad daylight, right? But since then, if I'm not mistaken, one of the assailants has been shot and killed. One of the assailants or suspects have been captured by police.
Right.
And there was a woman
who was charged
with accessory after the fact.
Right.
How come nobody identified a dead man yet? Why do none of us know
who the dead man is?
Who Pookie Underground real name is? How come this such a big secret? Why I don't know what Pookie who get killed in the parking lot. I know what the inspector name.
Probably doesn't have a passport.
But he got a ma. He ain't need no passport. He ma know his
His
name.
mother probably doesn't live here.
But he have a pa. He pa don't live here either?
Died,
Well, how
probably
he get here?
Yeah, that's the point.
So all I'm saying is, I hope, and I remember Chief Superintendent King said that they weren't releasing the name because they didn't want it to affect the investigation. Well, what investigation y'all then got tell Ford? Right? Mm-hmm. What's the woman name with the blue hair?
Who was charged?
Yeah, she looked like the monster. What the monster name on the cartoon with the little girl, the big blue monster?
Not the lady with
Help me, producer. What the big blue monster name with the little girl? What was that? What's the name of that cartoon? I'm stuck at cartoons. Sorry, but that's how she looked. The blue hair didn't give you those kind of vibes. Come on, don't tell me it wasn't me.
Blue or
Just being
purple?
one. It was whatever color you want it to be. I'm saying to you, who else do we need to lock up before we get the name of the killed
The
assailant?
dead man.
Yeah, because I won't know who that is. Because I might know Pookie brother. This might be a family daytime robbers. And I just want to make sure that I ain't hanging out around daytime robbers. So could you all please, Madam Commissioner, at some point, Madam Press Liaison Officer, at some point, anybody who could help me, Commissioner, I mean you, could we please at least know the name of the dead man? And I know they're gonna say, well, what's the purpose of knowing the name of the dead man? I don't know. I might have used to stand up next to him in the bank or something. I just want to know who the dead man is. And I feel like the public has a right to know. Yeah?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I don't know why that's a secret. And so I just thought I should talk about that because that was on my mind today. And believe it or not, you know what triggered that? The fact that I didn't know what VJ name was.
Oh.
Yeah. Because if something would happen to VJ, I'd be looking for VJ. But that's not his name. We'd be looking for Valdez.
Right.
Right? And then when I found out that Valdez, the name Valdez, I said, well, what the dead man name? And I couldn't figure it out.
Yeah. Indeed.
All right. So, do we still have the clip of the Prime Minister? Because I want to play that again. I want to play that into people's hearings. Because I actually was able to find the clip from Apostle Raymond Wells, right? Which I'll take you to right now. How much time we got? We got time. Play me the first clip from Apostle Raymond Wells. Here is what Apostle Raymond Wells said at the public service church service of 2023. This obviously was before public servants pissed the Prime Minister off. But Apostle Wells had warned you a long time. Take us to Apostle Wells. Nope, okay. Give us a couple seconds, we'll get to the clip from Apostle Wells. Apostle Wells advised of every single thing the Prime Minister had said. This is now the second time a preacher has made a proclamation that the Prime Minister has come behind, and almost line on line, the Prime Minister is exactly in tune with it. And I thought that was interesting. And so the prophet has already sounded the alarm, right, as we move into the political season. The Prime Minister now comes and says, I want you all to move the file.
Sure.
Brave say, move the file. But the prophet didn't tell them that 2 years ago. Brave, they didn't listen to the prophet. I don't know. Let's hear what Apostle Wells had to say.
There are a lot of people who want big houses, want big cars, want promotion, but they don't want to work. They don't have a mind to work. You can see this in their behavior and their attitude. You can see it in their service. They show up to work at 9 when that's the time they ought to be to work. They hang around the coffee place until 9:30. At 9:30, they go on Facebook, YouTube, MySpace, their space. At 10 o'clock, they turn on their computer or laptop. Then they start work. 10 minutes to 12, they're getting ready to go to lunch. They return from lunch at 1:30. Then they do the same old thing again. They must stop and gossip. Then go on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and MySpace, and they start work at 2 o'clock. And 4:45, they're ready to get off. That means they would have given the government and the country 5 hours worth of work. My brothers and sisters, the normal level of service is simply not sufficient. Every day that you go to your offices and put on your uniforms or your titles, you must be willing to meet the people where they are. You must be willing to go the extra mile. And you must be willing to give 100% of your effort to guarantee that as many decisions you can make as possible positively impact the lives of someone, whether inside or outside of the public service. To the leaders of the public service, the minister in her absence, and by extension her government, to the permanent secretaries, undersecretaries, and directors, You are the guardians of our public service. All of you must make a real effort to always be willing to hear, to listen, and to learn, to act when needed, and be willing to admit when you are wrong. Ecclesiastes 10 and 19 says, a feast is made for laughter.
So, that is the Apostle Raymond Wells, who basically said, listen, the culture of the public service is what is wrong with the public service. You reach 9. You gossip by the water cooler till 10. You start work 11. Quarter to 12, you go on to lunch. You supposed to have 1 hour lunch, you come back 1:30. You got to gossip a little more. You gossip from 1:30 to 2. Then you wake from 2 to 4. Then 4:45, you packing up laptop talking about you going home when you can get anything done.
Yeah, that's always been the culture.
And Braves say, we gotta move the file, spiritual advisor.
Yeah, but reality though is how the government officers and agencies, how did they get to that level?
With people like
Yeah,
you who
folks.
think you can't fire them because they permanent and pensionable, I've never heard of something so silly.
But that is so though.
Life ain't permanent. What you mean this job permanent?
Well, you can't just get rid of them.
You could cushion them into retirement. I would broom closet them to
Yeah,
death.
this is an issue that should have been dealt with years and years.
And that's
and
why
years
we
ago.
got an old prime minister, and old fellas he ain't looking for friends. So the prime minister is fixing that now. He's 74. The only thing he waking on in life from this point on is filling up a church, and he don't care how much he all mad. So he fixing the public service. Either you break or you bend, and you get to choose. But Braves say,
Let's see what happens.
do we have the other clip from the apostle? Let's hear what what else the apostle had to say.
Time. The daily task so that you can work. 1 Corinthians 14 and 40 says, but everything should be done in a fitting and orderly way. Luke 9 and 14 said, for there were about 3,000 or 5,000 men. Then he said to his disciples, public service, make them sit down in groups of 50. As of this year, we have 412,223 people living in the Bahamas. To better service the populace, our public service must be organized. Note this, before Jesus fed the 5,000, he put them in groups. Minister Keith Bell, my good friend, he put them in groups of 50, of 50s. This was organization, Commissioner, before elevation and increase. True blessings and increase and progression only comes where there are structure and order. Leaders, you can't lead effectively if you're not organized. A very powerful psalm, and Psalm 133, I feel my help coming. How good and pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. It's like the precious ointment that come from Aaron's head down to his bed, even down to the skirt of the garment. It is in that place of unity God commands his blessing, even life forevermore. A commanded blessing from God only come where there is structure and order. You must organize your workload, your workspaces, and commit yourselves to a 24 to 48 hour response turnaround time where the policy permits. Administrators and clerks must organize your workload to prevent an application from sitting on your desk for 2 weeks while you are on vacation. Because while you are out enjoying your life, your disorganized practices are literally halting someone else's life, causing them an opportunity, or worse, leading them to irresponsible depression or irreparable, depression and discouragement. You don't want to be the ones that contribute to the depression of our people because you refuse to service them because of your disorder. Every member of this service must see every application, every document, every file, every email as not just a document that sits before you, but rather you must see it as a life out there waiting to move in a home, waiting to start a business, waiting to get married, or waiting to get their special needs child in a school. Understand, my family, that every unanswered email is someone unanswered prayer. Brut.
And so, that was Apostle Raymond Wells. Does he end by saying that everybody's unanswered email? Go back to the end of that clip right there. I want them to hear that one. Every unanswered email is someone's unanswered prayer. Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Take us back to that. I thought that was really good.
But rather you must see it as a life out there waiting to move in a home, waiting to start a business, waiting to get married, or waiting to get their special needs child in a school. Understand, my family, that every unanswered email is someone unanswered prayer. Brut. Let me say that one more time. Every unanswered email is someone unanswered prayer. You in the public service at an avenue that lets some people know that God still hears them and that he still answers prayer. Permanent secretaries, undersecretaries, directors and chairmen.
So the apostle has exactly said what the prime minister has come behind him 2 years later and said the exact words to the same group of people. People are depending on you. You are going into these spaces. You have to work. You can't just want big house and big title and 1,000 vacation days. People's lives, people's marriages, people's ability to move into homes, people's ability to get their children into schools, all rely on a public servant somewhere to simply click the button, to sit down long enough to respond to that 66 emails that you got in this inbox that you only look at for 3 days. And you should do it before the 2 weeks vacation. That's what the apostles say.
Sorry, excuse me.
And it's funny because the prime minister feels the same way. And I'm telling you, what I tell you would cause Brave not to be prime minister.
But why all this just come up now, though?
I just telling you the same come up. The apostle said this 2 years ago.
Yeah, so
you all ain't never asked him. When y'all ask him, he tell y'all.
this has been a vexing problem for years, though.
And it's time to fix it.
All right, so it's time to fix it now.
We have to.
Just before the general election.
No, the apostle tell you this 2 years ago. And when you are a prime minister or someone powerful, you live in a vortex. So sometimes you don't always, I don't hear the jingle, you don't always feel what the society deals with. Right?
Okay.
And so, Now that the Prime Minister is feeling the people come to him, he says, well, the Apostle Massey was right. Because the Prime Minister was in that service, if what I saw was correct. And so the Prime Minister says, let me tell you all, y'all mightn't believe Ray, because Ray say, God say. Let me tell you what Brave say. Move the file,
But who specifically in the public service causing these issues?
The Apostle said the whole public service.
The jingle on?
Anyway, we going to the break? Let's go to the break. Don't move, don't go anywhere. This is Freedom March. I'm Levin Miller. Bradley Rule, the spiritual advisor, is here with me. You're on 103.5 The Beat FM, or on channel 224, or 112, or ILTV Studios, wherever you're tuning in. Don't move, don't go anywhere. Freedom March will be right back after the break. Hello, welcome back to Freedom March. Thank you so much for staying with us. I'm Levin Miller. You're listening to us on 103.5 The Beat FM, channel 224, or channel 112, that's on Cable and Flow, and of course on ILTV Studios on Facebook. I just could put this picture up, and then y'all can tell me what y'all think. That's the deal? Producer, you got my picture ready? Just put the picture up for me, and then because you always say I lie. And I don't like when y'all say that about me, because I don't lie. Listen to me, the one thing you can guarantee in this life is if Leavin Miller tell you something, my brother, you could plant corn, because you guarantee rain coming. All right? And so when I said it, nobody believed me. But praise be to God, I found the picture that I was looking for. And so I'm not going to say anything else. I'm just going to put up the picture and take the picture down, and then you all can decide. How does that sound? That's a deal? Okay. We ready, producer?
Not yet.
Okay, we ain't ready yet. Well, while we waiting on that, spiritual advisor, the win.
Did the list come out? Did the Free National Movement live up to their promise?
Well, I know that happened in the night. I got to see.
Oh, okay. So
Allegedly,
officially it's tonight.
Allegedly, there's a list. Yeah, that must be why it rained. I know that like that.
Oh man, this is bad timing.
Yeah, you mean no one checked the weather forecast?
Yes,
you all plan big outdoor event.
I see
and
the setup.
no one checked the weather forecast.
And that equipment is expensive. You can't get that.
Big outdoor event, and no one checked the weather forecast.
Well, you could always take it inside.
And they want to run country.
It is what it is.
And they want to run a country.
Well, there are times when you don't. You know.
Man, stop doing foolishness.
You
could check weather.com for the weather from now till December.
Yeah, you can. You can.
Yeah. Weather.com will tell you which way the wind will be blowing at 2 o'clock on Thursday, December 12th. What are you talking about? All I'm saying is.
But don't you make it seem as if the FNM has not run this country before? What do you mean by and you
Not this bunch.
And you all want to run the country?
Not this batch.
Well.
Not this a bad batch.
Well, listen, there's always changing faces, man, in politics.
This a bad batch.
Faces are always changing, so.
I agree.
It is what it is, right?
But it is the ability that I'm concerned about. Not the faces. I don't care who face them. But they don't seem to have the ability. They don't seem to have the maneuverability, capability. Them and ability don't go good together.
Well.
But I want to tell you what the wind told me while we were on the break. You hear all that wind out there? On the break, the wind tell me, my friends in the public service, how are you all? I appreciate you all so much.
Sorry, we could do the birthdays in the meantime.
Or you could let me beg my friends who get $3,000 today, add to their salary for some money.
Okay. Go ahead.
All of y'all who just get the $3,000, man. All right, listen to me. You know it's one of y'all. Anybody, anywhere that's bought as hard for the public service and the law enforcement people than me, I should drown in one of these watering holes today somewhere as I move about this little city, because I hear y'all get $3,000 today. That's not fantastic. Pia Glover rule. It's amazing. Pia, you give these people $3,000? Well, blessed be the tide that binds. I mean, and they get the $3,000 and Brave even ain't called no election? Wow. This is fantastic stuff. Listen, so wherever you see me, I like to drink my beers in even numbers. I don't like odd number beer, right? So 1 beer is an odd number, and 2 beer ain't enough beer, and 3 beer is another odd number.
This is how you get people to vote for you.
And 4 beer still ain't enough beer, and 5 beer is another odd number. And so I'm usually perplexed in these situations, right? So my friends in the public service, man, I hear y'all get $3,000. Oh, and if you owe me a little something, today is a good day to bring that too. Yeah? They get $3,000.
This is how you get folks to vote for you, man.
Brave ain't called no election
you
yet.
Sweeten the pot.
Ah, boy. So the picture ready? So let's agree. We can put the picture up. I ain't gonna say nothing. We can count to 80.
What, this is the FNA mascot?
You ain't gonna do that to me. I didn't tell you I ain't gonna say nothing. What I say, I go put the picture up. I ain't gonna say nothing. I can leave the picture there. I can count to 80. And then we can take the picture down. Producer, you agreed with me yet? Okay. See that? I don't miss. Let's go to birthdays. Spiritual advisor.
Let's go. Okay, here we go. We got some birthday shout-outs to do today. Joan Mackey. Joan Mackey is celebrating a birthday. Happy birthday to you. Request coming from your family. They wish you well. Kendanique Campbell Moss. Happy birthday to Kendanique. It's coming from your family and your friends, especially those of the Saxon superstars. Your dad, your brother, your kids, Ken Nick, happy birthday.
Now I want to put a little plug
To you.
in there.
Happy birthday to you, Ken Nick, coming from me.
Ken
your-
Nick
your
is
family friend.
Ken is the one Saxon, boy, that I tacitly tolerate. These Saxons, they're everywhere. I just don't know where they keep coming from. But albeit a Saxon, she happens to also be an okay human being, and I don't know why would she be a Saxon. There's so many other things in life to be. You opt to be a Saxon.
Well, she should have been.
I mean, a not Saxon. A not Saxon. And, you know, there are great things in life to be like a valley boy. I mean, being a valley is just such a liberating thing. It is something that, it is a lifestyle, and all people of right thinking should venture toward the valley boys. But I get it. Someone must not be a valley boy. But even in the midst of your not being a valley boy, man, you can be a Saxon. So she's a wonderful human being, yet I tolerate her and her Saxonness. And so I want to say personally, happy birthday to the one Saxon that I tolerate from a distance. And so happy birthday to you, Kendany Campbell. All right?
Well, happy birthday, Ken Nick.
Yeah.
We hope you enjoy your day.
And then stop being a Saxon, okay?
Royan Lockhart is celebrating a birthday. We want to send a birthday shout out to Royan Lockhart. It's coming from her parents, David and Brunel. Your sister D'Angela Lockhart, your brother Anson Lockhart, and the Lockhart family. Jehovah bless you. Happy birthday to Royan Lockhart. Litany Russell, happy birthday to our son, Litany Russell. God bless you. We love you. May all your dreams come true, as well as your aspirations from your mother, Boyna Russell. Happy birthday to Litany, or Latany Russell. And looks like that's it.
Is it?
Yep.
So you remember I said how I wanted to make Dame Marguerite Pendling the official national symbol. Because in '93, the Dame Marguerite, do you have the picture there, producer? Could you put up the one of her in camera? She was somewhere attending some event, and I don't know how she does it. Marguerite Pendling was beautiful when she was 29, when she was 39, when she was 49, when she was 59, when she was 69, when she was 79, when she was 89, and I suspect that even at 99, she will still be regal splendor in my view. Do you have the picture? And everywhere you see her, she is always, my Grammy would say, dressed to the nines. You know what that is? You ever been dressed to the nines before?
No.
Well, Marguerite Pendling is be dressed to the nines, and I think it is a wonderful thing that she's able to do that.
How's she dressed today?
We're gonna put up the picture shortly. I don't know if this is today, but she attended some function somewhere, and I mean, regal splendor is all you could actually describe it as. But we're gonna put the picture up? Let's put the picture of Dame Marguerite Pendling up so that people could see it. She's just such a wonderful person. When I am 93, there she is.
Oh wow, that's beautiful.
Isn't she?
Wow, that's lovely.
And you know, to borrow a line from Dame Marguerite Pendling, she says, she's as fine as silk and twice as soft. And there she is, Her Excellency, Dame Marguerite Pendling. All right, Your Excellency, again, from Freedom March, happy birthday, all right? What else do we have for them, Search Advisor? It's 2 minutes to 11. Oh, I actually have some tickets to give away. I have some tickets for an event on the weekend. It's called, what is it called? Vintage. Yeah. My friends over at Bear Pressure are having an event on Saturday called a Vintage event with old school DJs, and they give me tickets to give away. Now, I'm very slack, and I didn't go and get the tickets, so I want you all to ready yourselves to win tickets tomorrow. Here is the one rule. I'm not giving any ticket to anyone that cannot pick up the ticket before we get off air. That is the rule. So ready yourselves, and we'll see what we make happen tomorrow regarding that, eh? You want to open the phone lines?
Indeed, yeah, we can do that.
All right, give them the numbers.
The numbers are 323-7775, 698-0775, 0776 callers.
While we wait on them to call, I wanna show the political climate heating up because I see the member of parliament for Centerville is saying that he intends to run again. But I note that only the Progressive Liberal Party after the night will have no named candidate. And so here's the clip. Play this clip, please, from Eyewitness News about the political climate and what's heating up around here and how things are going on. And then, of course, I'll get to the clip from Jomo Campbell at some point about how he intends to continue with the relationship that he's built with the people of Centerville over the past 4 years and how they are more than halfway through his 10-point plan in the relationship, that is the relationship between him and Centerville. Do we have the clip from Eyewitness? Okay. So we're going to get to that clip shortly, and then, of course, we'll go to the phone lines and tell the people on the phone lines they can't round me out. I've been giving them 18 extra minutes every day, so, you know, you got to bear with me a little bit. It's a talk show. I'm here talking. Hold the line. We'll get to you. All right? Spiritual Advisor?
323-7775, 698-0775, 698.
It's the one with the Prime Minister.
698-0776. Lines open?
Yeah, they can go. Okay, we get the clip. Let's go to the clip first. Let's go to the clip so that you can see that everybody after the night.
What clip?
The one with the Prime Minister, the one from Eyewitness News that's telling us about the political season. You don't have a producer? If not, let's go to the phone line while we get the clip ready. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March. Caller, you there?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. I'm on the phone to win some tickets.
But
Every day.
I have tickets. I'm sure if I have tickets.
Just announce two of them.
Yeah, I say I have the tickets them tomorrow though. I say, so when I announce them, so I putting you all on notice today that I giving away tickets tomorrow for the vintage event.
I only have tickets and I go on.
I appreciate you for calling. Thank you so much for listening.
So
to
I can't win in advance?
Huh?
I can't win the tickets in advance.
You know what? You know what? You absolutely can. I am going to give you a chance to call me again tomorrow.
We won, there's nobody else like you. And I love it.
Thank you very much, caller.
323-7775, 698-0775, 698-0776. What is interesting, we haven't had much calls about the electricity bills that have been doubled.
Because Brave give them $3,000. All they can do is pay electricity bill.
Folks, don't listen to that.
Brave give the people $3,000, Bradley.
I told you people what was going to happen. They'll curse me out and round me out. I told you all.
Brave give the people
Do not believe that
$3,000.
nonsense about lower light bills. I say wait for the summer.
My light bill was lower. And you know what I'm going to do for you
guess what?
tomorrow?
You know
I'm
what I
going to
did?
bring all of my light bills and put them up here for you tomorrow.
What I did do, I told the public, I said, listen, I'm not a prophet, but I can predict that you're going to see some serious differences in your light bills during the summer.
And Brave said they're giving us rebate next month. I can't wait.
Don't listen to that.
Oh boy. But
Don't
we have to
listen to
wait
that
to
either.
see.
Anyhow.
All right, let's play the clip from the Prime Minister. You got it, producer? Okay, let's go to the phone call.
welcome to
Hello,
Free-
caller. Welcome to
yeah.
Freedom March.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi,
Good afternoon. You there?
Hello.
Hi.
Mr. Miller, how you doing?
I feel well.
Now listen to me and listen to me good. People are calling me, wanted to find out how come the mill managers, people did not get their money in Sandilands and PMA.
You
Now,
only
I
get the
speak to the Prime
$3,000?
Minister myself on Monday night, and the Prime Minister, I asked him if it's true that PHA people wasn't getting any money. He said to me, no, it is not true. Now, we are hearing some rumors going around that PHA workers that stand
You see this? You see this?
PHA and what?
Hold on
any
now.
money. We all are civil servants.
Hold on, caller. If I'm not mistaken, right, and please, let's check it. Hold on. If I'm not mistaken, and I will check it, I'll get the clip for you tomorrow. I remember
He said all civil servants.
No, that's not what was said. I'm telling you what was said. I'm saying to you that if I recall correctly, in the parliament, the minister said that there would be payments to middle managers in the public sector.
Today.
You have to listen. You can listen to me?
I'm listening to you.
Okay, you listening like how soft answers listen. You gotta don't talk while I talking. You gotta
All right.
just listen. All right. So she also said that if you didn't get it this month, that there were additional payments coming for anyone that didn't get it this month in the month of September, if I'm not mistaken. So I want to give me until tomorrow to get the clip, because I remember hearing this specifically in the House of Assembly.
Let me tell you what was said.
You just talk to me. Don't listen to the radio. Talk to me.
I am saying to you, the Prime Minister said that all middle managers will get the money June paid.
Yes, but I'm saying to you from the floor of the Parliament.
The 28th of September, all civil servants will receive their monies on the 28th of September. Now, there are rumors going around that Sandilands and PMH staff, they are not going to receive the money. So I took it upon myself on Monday night, and I went to the Prime Minister. I said, Mr. Prime Minister, I heard that Sandilands.
What's going on with your phone?
I don't know,
call?
and I really am trying. I really am trying with this phone. So caller, let me tell you what to do. Hold the line for me.
Yeah,
Just
I'll call you.
hold the line for me. My producer will take your name and your number.
Yeah, we call you back.
And let's see if I can get to the bottom of your concern. How does that sound? All right?
All I want to find out, and I want to let the Prime Minister know, please don't cherry pick nobody, because all of us are civil servants.
Okay.
A lot of people support the Prime Minister and Sunderland, PMA, and Iran. Please don't cherry pick, please.
Okay, thank you. Okay, let's take another call.
The people then the monies, whatever they said all civil servants. We all are civil servants.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. We got you.
Thank you. Let's take another phone call. 323-7775. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March. And I want to send a special shout out, spiritual advice. I understand that we have noted American recording gospel artist Jacqueline Carr, who is tuned into Freedom March. So, hello, gospel artist Jacqueline. I hope you have a wonderful time. Now, who did you come to sing for? Must be South Landing. You know, South Landing is always have them big time lineup now. They don't play around down there. If you want a decent concert, you got to go to South Landing.
South Landing, Church of God.
Yeah. Well, I ain't even sure if this Church of God no more. They just South Landing. I know what's happening, but if you want big time concert, my brother, I tell you, you can't ever imagine the kind of... They better than the ones we used to have in the 90s. I telling you it. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March.
Hello?
Hi.
Yes. Hello, Mr. Rule?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello, Mr. Rule?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Sorry, go ahead.
About the bills. Why the Prime Minister would lie so much and said they was going down and it's going up?
I feel my urge coming.
What was your bill like?
I feel my urge coming. You play crazy today. You play crazy today. Huh? Call back. Hello, caller. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March. I want you all to know I keep my whistle close.
Let's do this. Producer, put all the calls on hold. Please, when you call the show, listen to me very carefully. I've been preaching this for years. When you call the show, turn your radios down, please, and listen to your phone only. Turn your radios down, mute your TVs, whatever it is, and then listen to your device that you call us on. Because apparently you got your instrument, whatever it is in the back, turned up high. You're listening to that rather than listening to us, and it's causing confusion, okay? So please, when you call the show, please turn your radios and televisions down.
Now you see,
please.
Now you see you duplicitous.
I beg you.
You know why you duplicitous?
Why?
Because when Ray Wells tell the people 2 years ago to move the file, you Brave come back 2 years later and tell the people move the file. You say, why Brave telling them
Yeah,
now?
why now?
Now you come right back here on this TV show and say, you've been telling the people for years, turn the radio down.
Yes.
So why you come back here today and tell them, you think that could change something?
It probably won't. But
So you see how Brave feel?
I'm giving it a try.
You see how brave feel?
Please turn your radios and your televisions down, please, and listen to your phone.
And
only.
all crazy people wanting to call me, just know I have my whistle, and Brave tell me that if you all play crazy around me, there shall be no craziness happening anywhere where I am. I am on the lookout always for anything that look out of place. And as the minute I see it, I don't have time to play around. So if you call this show being crazy, remember, I like the amazing Mumford. I will wave the magic wand and I will say the magic word. A la peanut butter sandwiches, presto, and you will be off of this good internet TV. And I wish water get me a phone line and they can't get it out for a month.
Welcome to Freedom March, caller. You're live. You there, caller? All right, let's try another call. Welcome to Freedom March, caller. You're live.
Hello.
Hi.
How you doing today?
Doing well, thank you.
All right, blessed day to everybody, to the nation, everybody. Spiritual advisor and Mr. Miller. Blessed day to both of you all.
Thank you. Yes.
Okay, first of all, I want to start off with this. I only have two issues. You know, Mr. Miller, you know what politics is all about?
That's Michael Pintard book I hear.
Okay, politics it isn't a roster thing or anything like that, but it's a serious word. And that's the type of world we're living in right now. That's what's going on, a bunch of trickery. That's one.
Mm-hmm.
Now we go into BTC with the light.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I've been tracking my bill now for the past year or so. I live by myself, right? And last month, I made sure I went over there and I paid. I always put something on it. I asked the lady. She said, "You're always in a problem when it reached 300." So now when I went there, I made sure I leave it. My last bill was $150. Every month, I said I would put $50 on it or more just to see.
Mm-hmm.
So I called just now, and you know what they tell me my bill is?
Mm-hmm.
My bill is $263 for me who live by myself.
And the neighbor them don't plug in no drop cord when you go.
No, not in my area.
All right.
And what I trying to say is they tricking you because the lady was telling you how much this going down. I seen they doing good. I telling people how good they are doing.
Yeah, they was doing good with me too. They hit me one this month.
Yeah, they do me bad this month.
Yeah, they hit me one this month, but I gotta look and see what they do. Now, let me tell you, caller, if I could be quite honest with you, you know why? My light bill this month is, I think, $237, right?
Yeah.
And I live alone. Me and the fridge. Oh, that's the only thing in there. Oh, no, I lie. Me, the fridge, Smith, and Wesson. We live in there
Okay, but
together.
I didn't mind every month if I could use my AC. I was burning my AC a lot just because I could pay my $50 every month.
No. See, that's why I say. So this month I giving them a blind because I run this air condition with impunity. You should see me.
Yeah,
I'm
me
rolling
too.
over like a duck in air conditioned breeze. I'm not cutting it off, right?
From $50 to $106 something in 1 month.
Yeah, mine gone from like $69 to, I tell you, like to $237. But I figure some of that is me. Now I'll tell you what else, right? My bill has been so low in January, February, and March.
Me too.
That I feel like they might have miscalculated. So they say, "Oh Jesus, we let him get away," and they just slide one extra 60. So I can wait to see what happens next month. You see what I'm saying?
Me saying tomorrow, God's spare life, I'm going to go put something on the bill, but I feel bad now.
Yeah, but I don't know if you understand. My bill was so. I remember when I got my January bill. Mm-hmm. I said to myself, "There's no way this is my bill. This is impossible." Because there was a time.
Tell you. Well, anyway, I just want to say from Rodney Monker, they first started this show. I was one of those persons from the first week it started. I was watching Rodney Monker. Rodney Monker asked me to come on the show over and over and over and over and over and over and repeatedly. I tell him I can't because they will kill me. They want to know how a little black boy like this get to know so much. But what I trying to say is, please, you all on this TV, trying to help the people, please, when you all say something, stick with it. Don't let them just say you're going through one ear and come out the next. It's sad. Politics is a serious thing, and that's what's killing us right now. Everyone just trying to get in this to make this money. Like you say, thief as much money as they could and get out. I don't understand it. But anyhow, you hear me? Hello? Spiritual advisor.
Hello, welcome back to Freedom March. Thank you so much for staying with us through the break. I'm Lee Vanilla. You're listening to us on 103.5 The Beat FM. You're listening to us on channel 224 or 112. That's on cable or on flow. or on ILTV Studios, that's on Facebook. And I don't say it for the people that are already listening. You know the call signs already. I'm saying it so that you can get on your phone and you can call your friends and you can tell your friends to cut that other nonsense off and stop listening to it and come over here and come listen to us, where we aspire daily to inform, to educate,
and to entertain.
And of course, to entertain. And so don't listen to any more of whatever that is, godly unrighteousness that they was listening to, and come over here and listen to us over on Freedom March, right? And so I just realized who Jacqueline Carr was. Jacqueline Carr is the woman who sang "Everything Attached to Me Wins." Isn't that right? You will win.
I haven't even heard of Jacqueline Carr. You don't.
In the name of Jesus.
She's a gospel singer?
I just said that.
Yeah. Never heard of her.
Spiritual advisor. You must live on the Isle of Pottermas.
I just be there a lot.
You must live on the Isle of
Why
Pottermas.
you think I understand the Red Bible?
Oh, boy.
I spent a lot of time in that, you
Yeah.
see. But to the lady who called criticizing or wanting to speak to the Prime Minister about cherry picking, I'm understanding that if you work for the PH8, it's an authority. And so they're saying it's quasi, not government. And so I don't know, maybe that could be the reason why you people will not get, I guess, what the government employees would get. And I think Sandlands falls under the PHA.
Something to that effect, I'm told.
Yeah. So that is the thing. PHA is quasi, it's not government. It was not 3,000 that they got, but it was an increase that was given. Also, the Treasury staff are very hard workers. Okay, so yes, to all the Treasury staff,
all of my friends listening to that. All of my friends who get the $3,000. Listen, man.
Who get $3,000?
These friends.
The government ain't got that kind of money.
Who?
Not
Brave say we have surplus, mister. You know what surplus
that's
mean?
a projected for next year.
That means we have money. Yeah. We have money like the shore have sand, beloved. We're not running out of money. We like the Jacksons. You don't know that about us? We have many problems. Money isn't one of them. We having a money problem? That's not happening. Brave just give out all kind of... Listen, if you are from the public service, y'all crazy people, I don't even want y'all to stop me today. Don't talk to me. Don't say nothing to me. I talking to government workers proper. I y'all friend. When y'all see me in the watering hole this evening, tomorrow evening, Saturday evening, Sunday, not Sunday. That's the holy day, right?
No, Sunday's not a holy day.
I ain't listening to you. Now, just feel free.
It's the Lord's day.
That's the Lord holy day.
No, it's the day Christians come together to remember the Lord, but it's not a holy day.
I be holy on the Lord's day.
Okay.
Just send, you know what I mean? Yeah, and I don't drink them in odd numbers. Don't be shy, all right? And don't bring weird people around me because, yeah, you know. Let's go back to the phone lines. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March. 323-7775. Anyone now? Call you there? 698-0775. Nope, no callers on the line.
My bill last month was $88.45. This is a texter. This month, it's $165.89.
So 2 times the amount.
Yeah, so that is double. We have another texter saying that his bill went from $146 to $300. So yeah.
Can we play the clip from the Prime Minister now, since I don't have anybody on the phone line? Let's go to the clip from the Prime Minister. Well, not from the Prime Minister, but talking about political season, because I also want you all to see what Jomo says since ain't nobody on the phone line. Let's go to the clip.
The first candidates are out the gate for the Coalition of Independents.
You ready to fix the Bahamas? Because it shouldn't take 50 years.
Freeport is supposed to be a tax-free zone.
Blood, sweat, and tears already in Freetown.
And the Free National Movement is expected to follow suit in a matter of days.
You will see young persons. You will see phenomenal women on our slate. You will see, in some cases, persons who have already been acknowledged by the public.
But one major player is still holding its cards close. The Progressive Liberal Party remains tight-lipped on when it will make its big candidate reveal ahead of the next general election. What we do know, however, is this. The Progressive Liberal Party currently holds 32 seats in Parliament, and Eyewitness News has confirmed that just 3 incumbents will not be seeking re-election under the party's banner.
I tell them mentally I need a break.
Public service demands much.
The candidate who will continue to complete with me, great work's already in pipeline.
Meantime, several sitting members of Parliament have already confirmed to Eyewitness News that they intend to offer themselves once again for public office. But the final decision rests with the Progressive Liberal Party's executive branch. And so far, there's been no official timeline given on when the full candidate slate will be made public.
PLP is getting itself in fighting mode and trying to ensure that next year, when the question is put, the PLP presents the best package to the electorate.
As the road to the next general election continues.
And so the PLP says, you know, we getting it together. Give us a little break. Just to say, July, the Boundary Commission can meet in July. And then I saw Jomo. Do we have Jomo's clip ready? I see Jomo say, under no circumstance would I not desire to run again in Centerville. You know how much work I do in Centerville? I had a 10-point plan, and I was busy raising chicken. But that never stopped me from being in Centerville. I used to be in Centerville every single chance I get. The chicken them laying egg, the leafy greens growing leafy greens, the lobster them in Abaco, they move back home. And I still have time to be in Centerville every day. The Lord give me bread. And so Jomo says that among the people who they intend, he say, he ain't among them 3 who bowing up. And you know that we have 3, not cabinet ministers. We have 1 former chairman, a minister, and a minister of state who have opted to bow out of the race. And Jomo said, don't count him in that. So here's Jomo Campbell and what he had to say.
Okay.
Yeah. Minister, are you intending to seek re-election in Centerville?
I would certainly. We have forged a great relationship between the Campbell Cares team and the constituents of Centerville. We have successfully completed a large portion of our 10-point plan that I campaigned on initially. And, you know, we're excited to see what the future has to bring. And so we're looking forward to sticking together, myself along with the constituents, so we can roll out our agenda for the next 5 years and continue to grow.
Yeah, Jomo say, I had 5 and I looking for 5 more. The Campbell Cares team, beloved, you think Campbell soup good? They say when it comes to Jomo Campbell, he's good. That's what they tell me. That's what they tell me.
I don't even know how to process that.
That's what they tell me.
Anyhow, we got some very shocking news. I can tell you, it's hot in the FNM right now.
Yeah, you had a resignation in South Africa.
Some things going on. If you're trying to get anybody right now who's a part of the executive team of the Free National Movement, you won't be able to get them.
Why? They
had to turn in all their phones. But I'm understanding there's some very serious information that's going to be coming up very shortly.
Wow.
Well, Freeport, Grand Bahama. You can see some new people.
That's shocking news.
You can see some new people.
New people. IREM is a thing of now, right?
Ain't none of them getting back. Wow.
Crazy is his nephew. We can't send him back. Quizzy, you could come be a FNA with us. Quizzy, you look like a FNA. Just join us. Minister look like a FNA. He could join us. Huh? You know anybody else who look like a FNA that they could come and join us?
It seems as if Michael Pendard is doing some very serious things.
No, he's a FNM. We don't even want him to be a FNA. We want him to just continue being an FNM.
But we're going to be shocked as to who will be representing the Free National Movement.
Where did Michael Pendard get such... Is the word Gregorian? Is that the word? I'll check. I think that...
I guess for him as leader of the party, right? In his mind, he has this vision. And understanding what the Bahamian people want.
What?
And there's some people who were once a part of that makeup to run the Free National Movement that he doesn't want. So
what?
He thinks the Bahamian people will do best with what he has. So he have to shave off some dead weight. This can be interesting. He think he can win. He thinks he can beat PLP.
What about his track record in politics has suggested that he was a winner?
He thinks he can win.
Listen to the question, because you're answering the questions like I saw.
Hold on now, hold on. When Sylvanus Petty says that he's going to take a break
and come back to be prime minister,
right.
I asked the same
then the
question.
prime minister says it's okay to be.
That ambition is a good thing.
Yes.
And eating pork chop late in the night time is a bad thing.
So the leader of the Free National Movement has an ambition.
Okay.
And he says that he's going to form the next government. Welcome to Freedom March. Call you live. Call, are you there? 323-7775 is the number to call.
The word is gargantuan. That's the word I'm looking for.
Are you there, caller?
Where did he get such
Yes, I'm here.
Hey.
How you doing?
Doing well. Go ahead.
Yeah, Levon Miller, how you doing today?
Listen, if something is happening to me, I am unaware of it. I feel like I'm in the best shape of my life.
Okay, just a quick observation, and I'd like to hear your feedback on it.
Sure.
The civil servants, I understand they just got a raise sometime today.
$3,000.
I don't know if it's all of that.
Beloved, I tell you what it is.
But why the government giving out all this money?
What was the total amount of money that the government had put aside for them?
$7 million according to P.A. Glover rule.
Okay, so I want spiritual. What is the minimum wage for workers, civil servants?
Like $2.67 or something like that.
$2.60 and 81 cents thereabout.
How much would that be a year?
Like 11,400, I think it is. No,
No,
No, it's like 13,400, I think it is.
So if you divide the 3,000 that they got into 12?
No, divide the 7 million by the yearly minimum wage.
Oh.
And what do you get?
Just hang on a second. Where's my calculator?
What number you get? Tell us.
I get less than 500.
People?
Yes.
Okay.
So that's less than 500 new jobs.
I trying to stay with you. Take me to the point so I could take me to. I trying to understand.
I'm saying instead of giving that lump sum to the civil servant, you could have hired less than 500 new jobs persons to work.
But didn't they just hire 200 and something people last year?
But this 7 million would have been an additional 400 to 500 persons that you could put at minimum wage.
But to do what with them? The public service is bloated as we speak. What would they be doing?
Roads and Power, Ministry of Works, clean up this dirty Nassau.
Okay. I mean,
you agree?
Yes. No, I don't. But I listen to me. I go in public in government offices now, and they got people with little skill clinkling up into one another.
But do you agree that this district Providence is very dirty?
Yeah.
Okay. Divide them into the constituency for New Providence and let them start cleaning up the place.
Okay.
Have a good day.
Ingram did that once, and that worked very well. As a matter of fact, I wish that Mr. Davis would actually go and ask Ingram what he did with that. Remember they had the Nassau broke into sections?
Yeah, and they were
that was fantastic.
They spent a couple $1 million doing that.
Just money. You know, money have no other purpose but to be spent, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was Ingram was in power.
That was Ingram.
That was around, let me see, 2000 and what?
10 or so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2009.
It was amazing.
I was a part of that program.
Yeah. Oh, that's how you become.
I made some money.
Yeah, it was a big juicy contract.
I made some money. I can tell you that.
Wow, let's go to the phone line.
Welcome to Freedom March, caller.
These F&M's, boy. Hey,
yes,
caller.
Hello, Mr. Rowe.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello, Mr.
What was your electricity bill like, ma'am?
Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Yes. The PLP don't stand a chance to get in terms. They might as well forget it.
You got anything else you want to say? You have anything else you want to say?
They lies to the people too much.
Okay.
They lies to the people. They lie.
They lie like a rug. Thank you so much, caller.
God must he heal it.
Yeah, because she ain't talking, you know.
God, he look at her. I tell you, I like Benny and hallelujah. Oh, look at the mighty hand of God. Man, you see how God just fixed this woman?
Yeah.
Woman, be thou made whole. See that?
She's fixing out.
She'll never be the same again.
Welcome to Freedom March.
She'll never be the same again.
Welcome to Freedom March, caller. You're live. Are you there, caller?
I tell you, my God could do anything but fail.
My BPL bill last month was $321, and this month it's $521.
Well, if you buy an $321 with the current, I won't know what you're running in there. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March.
Yeah, Miller.
Hey.
How you doing, man?
Man, I feel good.
Spiritual advisor.
Yes, sir.
Boy, me and you need to clear up something while we're on this radio. Let the people know me and you have no order against each other, please.
Why? What happened?
People say every time you hear my voice, you cringe, or they see your face change on that TV.
Really?
But you're my friend.
Yeah, man.
But
As always. Yeah.
Two things real quickly. One, you don't have to worry with the rain and that tent and thing tonight, because you're good. Boy, you want a Levan buses and all that little crowd in that bus in one of them jitney bus. Y'all ain't got nothing big tonight.
Wow.
But another thing, in Bamboo Town, let me put out a clarion call right now. I'm speaking on behalf of Bamboo Town. Don't come in here hunting. Ain't nobody coming in Bamboo Town hunting. You could be Stephen Hunt. You could be Heather Hunt. You could be Joseph Hunt. No hunting in Bamboo Town.
Wow.
You will get beat right down. You come around here hunting. Whether you're Stephen Hunt, Heather Hunt, Jackie Hunt, I don't care who hunts you is. Don't come here.
You could be Hunt's catcher.
You will be hunted down.
And where are these hunts from?
Somebody coming to hunt.
They might be from hunters.
You're coming in Bamboo Town. I listen in tonight. I hear the names tonight.
Well, caller, I am conflicted, right? Because they sent in my very first commanding officer in South Beach.
And he get Barker's will box him like Elijah there.
I will go to war with the commander, and I will fight men in the road with a sword for the commander. And he knows that when it comes to my allegiance, I will serve his command as often as I get an opportunity. But commander, don't let them do that to you, sir.
All right. But it'd be interesting tonight. And one more thing before I go, like the Baptist, this is the last one.
Yeah.
Tell them, please, Brother Roll, I know you have the air, sometimes they listen to you. Tell them, do something for the Undertaker, man. Tell them, do something for the Undertaker. I believe that just say that.
But listen, let me leave this with you. If Papa has any way of influencing the next F&M candidate for Bamboo Town, you can get beat. You remember that, eh?
Don't let nobody come in your hunting. Don't let nobody come in your hunting. Whether you're Stephen Hunt, Heather Hunt,
All right,
Jackie Hunt.
we hear you.
Don't come in your hunting.
Don't hold your breath. All right.
All right.
Take care of yourself.
In your clothes. Come.
It could be a little rough. Commander, please, man. Man, because listen, them PLP ran by me, they ain't no jokes, sir. And I don't want that for you. I believe that Darren Enfield could actually be Deputy Prime Minister one day if he don't be too old, right? But boy, Commander, if you come South Beach, they might end your political career. And it ain't no benefit in the Senate up there, sir. I regret to report that it has come to my attention that you want to come South Beach.
Right.
And boy.
Thank you, sir.
Commander, I'll throw salt in the fire. I wouldn't let them do that to me. Let's take the call. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March.
Are you there, caller? No, we had a glitch just now, so we may have lost those calls. We lost those calls, right?
You see that? That's the power I send through the phone line. You see that?
Welcome to Freedom March, caller. You live.
Hello, good day.
Good day.
Spiritual advisor.
Yes, sir.
Spiritual advisor, the gentleman sitting on your left, you need to put your hands on his head, man.
He needs
pray for Mr. Miller.
He needs some healing?
He needs healing.
And deliverance?
The infidel on your left. I think he's on the left. I ain't watching TV, but...
He needs deliverance from what?
Oh, boy.
He needs healing because he's an alcoholic.
Oh, boy.
Before he goes on dialysis, he needs to stop drinking that rum.
Oh, boy. I want to tell you something.
You're an alcoholic young man. You need to stop before you go on dialysis.
You never see me lick alcohol in my whole life. Like lightning from up high. Alcohol. Producer, you ready? When the lightning fall, Benny him!
No,
I feel the fire. I could feel the fire. You ever see me lick any alcohol? I never lick alcohol from my born.
Welcome to Freedom March, caller. You are live.
Hello.
Call me, I lick alcohol. I never lick no alcohol. Hello, caller.
Hello, good day.
Hi.
Levon, you all don't have nothing to screen these stupid people like.
They don't know I have my whistle. They don't know I have my whistle. But you see how you see how I glitched the TV and all just now with the power?
I saw that.
I glitched the TV.
What's
my
up?
light bill. $700.
Oh, praise
How
the
come?
Lord. Wow.
What do you mean, how come?
What you doing in the house?
I just live in.
You have a wash house in there?
I have a washer and dryer.
Okay.
Or a Chinese sweatshop. You running a Chinese sweatshop in the basement.
You got water heater?
No, I don't. Yeah, I have electric water. Yeah,
Right.
no problem.
And you got air conditioning, right?
Yeah.
What that mean?
No, you see what's happening?
No. You sound like you want this woman to live in a crab
My
pen.
light bill in March was, I gone back 3 times, $340, right? From March, it started climbing.
Okay.
It was $550. 689, and now $714.
Yeah. Wow.
Caller, the only thing I feel inspired to say to you is
That's
one
plenty
thing.
money.
You want to hear what I have to say?
What you want to say, Levon?
Like a ship was tossed and driven. What is it? I don't know that middle piece.
Man, I said to
right
myself,
there.
the Lord will make a way somehow.
Come on, man. They need to
But
do
when
something, man.
I try to do the right thing, there's trouble and it's on every
I don't know. I got to sell a liver or something to pay these bills.
Caller, let me tell you what to do. Look at your bill. Look very carefully at it.
What is a bill specialist? Go ahead.
All right, so from the first 200, well, that's exempted.
Yeah.
All right, look at 201 to 600 as it relates to your usage.
What you mean, 201 to 600? I see 201, 800.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, so 201, 800. All
You're
right.
using 800 kilowatts of electricity?
That's what they say. Yeah,
Right.
No, man, have somebody, listen, call, right, producer, take this woman number. I can have somebody investigate that for you. All right?
Yeah.
But if my phone call don't work, I
This
want
a
you
big
to...
house you living in there?
I don't care if she living in Buckingham Palace. 800 kilowatts? You selfish.
So are they, if you look at your bill, are you using more than 800 kilowatts a month? Do you see 900
she using
to
800?
1,000?
Oh, hold on. They say 1,000. Yeah, 1,087.
In a house?
Right, so here's what's happening. Once you reach that 800 threshold, look at the rate that is used to calculate each kilowatt.
But in a house?
Yeah, they have 0.149500.
Caller, hold the line before the show ends. Hold the line, let my producer take your number. Let me see if I can at least send somebody to look at the meter for you. All right?
Okay. Yeah,
But if that don't work,
work,
caller, my last parting advice is, the Lord will make a way somehow.
Ivan, let me tell you, I'm
You'll be
going to
able to
call
pay.
back tomorrow, right? After I done hold on the line and I done get the producer, make sure I win some tickets because I have to shake a leg because these bills are just killing me.
Then the people can say use lick alcohol. You hear the man tell me I lick alcohol.
I don't care what he says, like he ain't buy me none.
I never lick alcohol from I born.
Me neither.
Yeah.
I don't drink. Alcohol is like bitter. My mother was alcoholic and I hate alcohol with a passion.
Okay.
Well, don't say
That's
all
a good
that.
thing.
Just reel that in a little bit. You going far. Come back this way. But you never see me lick no alcohol. I know that much. All right, hold the line. The
That's
producer
a
can
good
take your
thing.
call.
No alcohol. That's interesting. All right, welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
We got time for one more? Yeah, let's do one more. Hello.
Advisor.
Yes,
Hey.
ma'am.
Now I want you to listen to me and listen to me good.
I'm sorry.
You
Hold on.
don't think whoever you're sending so be a big backer?
I can tell them
Now,
that.
hold on now. Whoever you are, bring be ready for you.
Nobody said anything but South Beach?
I say something but South Beach.
We
They
say-
just say they get selling someone in South Beach, be waiting for you.
No, we say Bamboo Town.
No, man. I say they sending Commander Darren Enfield.
But she, no, she.
Beach waiting
So
on
you
you.
got to talk to him, not me.
Southeast waiting on you.
I believe.
And they have to make a no election.
Use Jesus.
They ain't gonna trust in you.
Yeah, use Jesus so you know.
I ain't gotta be Jesus. They ain't gonna trust you all no more.
Yeah, use Jesus.
Because God have already told the people last time it's not their time this time.
You can predict the future.
The people them head.
All right,
They forget that.
I think we are the time. Thank you, Carl. I think we are the time.
Rowdy son.
I don't hear the jingle, but I think we are the time. Commander, man, don't end it like that. Up there the jingle is. I want to see you go out on a blaze of glory, sir. Honored am I to remain committed to your command, sir. Don't come after Bacchus. It don't look good, Commander. Anyway, that's our time. This is Freedom March. We'll see you again tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow we'll be back if it's the Lord's will.
On Freedom March.
Have a good evening.